Hi, my name's Lydia and I'm going to be guiding you through a 60-minute Vinyasa flow class. I have got 2 bricks for this practice. You will be able to do all of this without bricks, so if you don't have them, then do not worry at all. If you have them, then amazing, grab them. If you have sturdy books, anything like that that feels like it could assist you, a can of beans, then also feel free to grab it. We are going to start today on our backs, so when you are ready, bring yourselves all the way down towards your back bodies. And we will start with the soles of the feet planted down towards the ground, drawing the knees upwards towards the sky. Placing the hands maybe somewhere on the body that feels comfortable, or just releasing them somewhere else that you prefer. And maybe just taking a moment to press the back of the skull down and towards the ground, drawing the shoulders a little bit further away from the ears, and then resetting your spine into the earth. Allowing yourself this moment here to land in the space. Arriving not only to your practices, but arriving to yourself. The version of you that you are on this day. And as you pause in the stillness of this space, take a little moment to notice what textures you feel. Whether there's a sense of tension perhaps you're holding. Whether this is something that you have been craving and now you have arrived, you feel totally at ease. Whatever it is that you have, don't judge it. Just allow yourself to be aware. You're going to start to focus the awareness perhaps a little bit more to how the breath is moving. Feeling the belly draw upwards, lungs expanding as you inhale. You're feeling the release of breath as the navel draws down towards the spine and you exhale outwards. Taking 3 of these deep breaths, inhaling through the nose. Maybe exhaling through the nose. Or if it feels right for you, take deep breaths, inhaling. Maybe there's an open mouth exhale. We can take one more in your way, deep breath in. Deep breaths out. And from this space, we're going to peel the arms outwards in towards the T position. You're going to pick up your right leg, crossing your right leg over your left leg once or maybe twice, shuffling the hips over towards the right-hand side and draping the knees over towards the left. If you had a brick here, you might choose to place it underneath the knees as they draw downwards. And then starting to reconnect your right scapula in towards the floor space, allowing the head, neck, and gaze to roll over the right shoulder. And as you arrive in towards your supine twist, we start to feel the coiling or the twisting of the body around the central axis. Subtly beginning to connect us towards the center of our bodies, the centers of ourselves, and in towards Manipura chakra. Let yourselves feel whatever it is that you feel. Maybe there's capacity for a little bit of movement. Finding where you can expand to spaces that feel like they are stretching. Spaces that feel like little internal micro assists or adjustments. Maybe even the breath feels like a massage for the spine and for the back of the ribs here. We're pausing in your supine twist for 2 more deep breaths, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Once more, we expand. And on exhale, we return. Drawing legs back through center, unraveling the right leg from the left leg, placing the sole of the foot back down towards the ground. Maybe just take a little moment to reset yourself. Feel the connection of the spine and towards the floor. And then picking up the left leg, crossing it over the right leg again, once or maybe twice here. Stay within your physical capacity of this day. As you drape the knees down, there's rotation, there's expansion. And just touching upon that idea that each time we arrive to practice, we arrive with a slightly different version of ourselves. Each week is different. So each practice can be different. Try not to think of the past you, try not to think of the future you. But just move exactly where you are today. Show up for what you need and honor your own selves. Maybe feeling a deepening of connection of the left scapula in towards the floor space here. Maybe rolling the gaze. I'm hesitant to do so because of my microphone, but maybe yours goes there. All the while feeling the breath expanding through bellies, expanding in towards the left side of your lung as you breathe, perhaps a little deeper. And releasing all of that breath all the way back down into the spine, into towards the earth space that you can fully yield into. Let's take 2 more breaths in the softness of this space. Inhale. And breathing out through exhales. And once more in through nose. After the exhale, we return. We draw the legs all the way back through center and just releasing, placing 2 soles of the feet down towards the ground. Let's place the hands either side of the hips for a moment. Spread your fingers really nice and wide. And you can use your mat, you can use the earth beneath you to start to press down into. And as you feel that sense of connection, pushing through the soles of the feet, start to peel the pubic bone all the way up towards the ceiling. And as you press down through palms, keep them exactly where they are. Maybe you start to feel a wrapping of the shoulders in towards the ground and a heaviness through the base of the lower ribs. Opening through the 2 frontal hip points, take a deep breath, inhale. And then releasing as you exhale, lowering all the way down through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time begins to kiss towards the ground space. We draw the legs in towards the chest, wrapping the hands behind the backs of the hamstrings, either rolling towards one side or taking a rock upwards towards your sit bones, crossing at your ankles and placing the hands down out in front of you. Moving yourselves in towards a tabletop position, drawing the knees down towards the ground. We're going to turn our fingertips towards our thighs. Heels of the hands go forwards. So as the heels of the hands go forwards, maybe you start to feel this elongation through the forearm space. Just shifting very subtly, starting to maybe warm towards the wrist space or just familiarize yourself with this sensation. Then we're going to start to press down in towards the palms of the hands and activate a little bit more through the back and through the shoulders and the core. Crown of the head is drawing out in front of you. Feel a sense of length, still expanding through lungs as we inhale. And maintaining just that stillness and steadiness as you exhale. We're going to move through 3 cat-cows, keeping the hands as they are, lower the navel point all the way down. Opening and peeling the chest through the armpit space, throat gaze goes high. Pressing down through the palms of the hands, draw the chin towards the chest and round through the spine. We have this for 2 more, really slowly. So navel point goes low, chest goes all the way high, expand through your chest, breathe in. Pressing down through the palms of the hands, heels of the hands, rounding through the spine and looking backwards towards your navel points. And once more here, navel goes low. Chest goes open, feel the breath expanding more. Pressing down through the palms of the hands and rounding through the spine, drawing chin towards your chest space. We're releasing it all the way back in towards our neutral, turning one hand, then the other hand forwards. And just taking a moment to spread the fingertips really nice and wide. So as you push in towards the palms, could you feel that you are holding yourself, not by releasing weight in towards the wrists, but lifting a little bit more in towards the shoulder space. So there's actually a sense of lightness around the joints of the hand here, a sense of lightness around the wrist space, and the shoulders maybe feel like they're on. We take 1 more cat-cow here, navel goes low, heart goes all the way up, maybe the movement feels subtly different. Inhale. Pressing in towards palms of hands and rounding through the spine once more as you exhale. This time, keep the rounded spine. Press the bum all the way back towards the heels of the feet and find balance in a child's pose. Expand through your breath as we inhale. Maintaining as you exhale. And then we're keeping that rounded spine. Draw all the way in towards your angry cat on an inhalation. As you exhale, lower your pelvis, pubic bone all the way down towards the ground. Pressing in towards the palms of the hands, lifting upwards through the chest. Find a hanging upward facing dog. And then as you breathe outwards, press your bum all the way backwards towards your heels of the feet, letting the head and seat be the last thing to soften and go down. We're here for 2, rolling through the spine as you inhale. And lowering down through the pelvis, expanding through the chest space, breathing into the gaze. Pressing it all the way back, bum goes towards the heels of the feet. Releasing head, neck, chin, chest, last bit. Once more here, rounding through the spine on inhales. Softening down through pelvis as we exhale, opening to expanding towards hearts. And then releasing, sending the bum all the way backwards towards the heels of the feet. This time we're going to tuck the toes under. Pressing in towards the palms of the hands, start to elevate the hips to the sky. We find our first Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And as you let yourself arrive into downward facing, see if you could allow yourself to press your palms in towards the floor and shift your weight a little bit further backwards in towards your thighs. So if that means an elevation through heels, if that means a bend through knees, you go there. If the legs can be long, let them be long. But trying to just expand and lengthen through the spine here. Maybe you're gazing towards your feet, finding your breath. We take an inhale. Opening the mouths, audible release. Sealing the lips, maybe pressing the tongue to the roof of the mouth, finding that soft, whispering ujjayi breath if it is in your practice. Slowly, as we next breathe in, we take a rise towards our tiptoes, we look forwards. We step our right foot, we step our left foot towards the top of the mat. And then from this space, we're going to take a halfway lift of our hearts. Ardha Uttanasana on an inhale, feet are still hip-width distance apart. Take a forward fold over your thighs as you exhale. We're going to interlace the hands at the base of the spine. Keeping a decent bend through the knees, draw the chin downwards towards the chest and begin to open through the fronts of the shoulders. So we're working relatively slow today. And the slowness is really amazing because it really shows for you where your blind spots are. Rather than racing through the practice and feeling like you're almost chasing the postures, you're just letting yourself observe them. Be present with what sensation each asana brings to you. And maybe noticing moment by moment how your textures might begin to soften. Keeping the binds of the hands, lift your heart just a little bit. Bending in towards your left knee, maybe lengthening through your right. Start to direct your knuckles over towards the left-hand side of your space. Rotate your gaze over your right shoulder. Take a nice deep breath, inhale. And then releasing that back through center, hands stay bound. Bending in towards the right knee, shifting the knuckles, weight over towards one side, gazing over the left shoulder, we inhale. And then we release as we exhale, take that extra moment just to allow yourself to land, spread through toes, feel the floor. And releasing your fingertips all the way down towards the ground. We're taking a halfway lift of our hearts as we breathe in. As we exhale, we're going to release forward over the thighs. Doing that once more, hands could go to shins, halfway to lift, inhale. And releasing to fold over your legs as you exhale. This time we lift our hearts halfway. If you practice with feet wide, you practice with feet wide. Or if you're with me, heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. Refold over your thighs, Uttanasana. We're going to rise all the way high towards the sky, arms going wide, then up. Ardha Hastasana, we breathe in. Releasing as we exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold towards the legs. Lifting through your chest space on an inhale. Planting the palms down towards the ground as we exhale, step it back in towards Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dogs. Pausing in your downward facing. You're here for 2 deep breaths, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through nose. Once more. We're going to take a rise towards our tiptoes as we next breathe in. Lower the knees all the way down towards the ground, releasing through the tuck of the toes, sending the bum towards the heels of the feet. From this space, stay on your knees and shins, draw your arms wide, then high to sky, take a prayer above the head. Anjali Mudra as we inhale. As we exhale, release, take the hands down towards the ground, tuck through your toes, lift your hips, bring it back to Adho Mukha, downward facing. Rolling through your spine as you inhale. Finding your way towards your high planks, keeping toes tucked, lower down through pubic bones, expand through the chest and hearts. Press down, lift your right leg all the way high to the ceiling as you next breathe in. Draw the knee towards the nose and plant the right foot in between the palms as you breathe outwards. Left knee goes down towards the ground. Arms go wide and high to sky. Find Anjaneyasana, low lunge, inhale. Releasing hands to frame the right foot as you exhale, look forward. Stepping left foot to top of mats. Halfway to lift your heart, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold to shins. Ardha Hastasana, take the root with the arms that feels right for you. Inhale. Releasing to the forward fold as you exhale. Lifting through heart spaces halfway. Stepping back with the right foot and sending the right knee all the way down towards the ground this time. Arms go wide then high, Anjani, you breathe in, drishti towards your thumbs. Exhale, release and frame your left foot. Pressing through the palms, step it back to downward facing dogs. Pausing in downward facing, 2 deep breaths, inhale. You're in this space for 1. Rolling through your spines, find your way towards a high plank, inhaling. This time bend your knees, look out in front of you, send your bum back. All the way to heels, Balasana, child's pose. With a heavy head, we swoop the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. We're still kneeling. On inhale, prayer goes high. On exhale, hands release, bring it back, downward facing, hips to sky. 1 breath to settle. Then rolling through the spine, find your high plank as we inhale. Keeping thighs toned, pelvis goes low, chest goes all the way up, hanging upward facing. Press through palms, left leg swoops to ceiling, 3-legged downward facing dogs. Knee towards the nose, left foot plants in between the hands. Right knee goes down towards the ground. Anjaneyasana, arms go wide, then high, inhale. Releasing to frame the left foot as you exhale. Looking forwards, right foot steps to meet left foot top of mat, halfway to lift. Uttanasana, exhale, forward fold. Ardha Hastasana, prayer goes high, drishti, that's your gaze, point follows fingers. Releasing all the way down over the legs. Lift through your hearts as you inhale. Left foot steps back as you exhale, left knee goes low. Arms go wide then high, inhale, Anjali. Exhale to release, frame your right foot. Press through palms, step it back, Adho Mukha, downward facing dogs. Breathing in towards downward facing, inhaling. Here just for 1 more breath in. Rolling through the spine, find your way towards high plank. Exhale to lower down through the pelvic point, lift through the hearts. Sending the knees all the way down towards the ground space, come towards the heels. Find child's pose. This time from your child's pose, we're going to swoop the arms all the way high towards the ceiling as we inhale. We're going to release the hands down towards the ground as we exhale. Tuck through your toes, lift your hips towards the ceiling at Adho Mukha. We're going to roll through the spine, find your way towards your high plank on an inhalation. As you exhale, bend your knees, wave your bum all the way backwards and up to the ceiling, Adho Mukha, downward facing. Here for 2, rolling through the spine as you inhale. Looking forwards and waving it all the way back, Adho Mukha, downward facing on an exhale. This time you're going to go all the way forwards on your inhalation. You're going to send your knees down towards the ground space, expand through your sternum, breathe in. Hug through your elbows, take a baby chaturanga to lower. Moving in towards your small cobra, inhale. Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck through toes, lift your hips, downward facing dogs. Pausing for a breath that goes in. And take a rise towards tiptoes, inhale. Landing feet to the top of the mat by the end of your exhale. Lifting through your heart halfway. Uttanasana, forward fold over the thighs. This time rising, Utkatasana, bend your knees, find chair pose, inhale. So as you find Utkatasana, feel the weight of the bum is drawing a little bit further backwards in towards the heels of the feet. We're not necessarily collapsing through the chest though. We're allowing ourselves to expand open through hearts. Soft with neck, reaching through fingertips, maybe as if the arms being pulled behind the ears. Breathing through lungs, inhale. Maybe sitting a little deeper as you exhale. We're going to bring the hands in towards the heart space. As the hands connect with heart, lift your chest a little higher, wrap back through scapulars. Shift weighting towards the left foot, maybe rising to the ball of the right toe, then drawing the right leg all the way up in towards the chest. Balancing in towards the left foot, we inhale for 1. We're going to exhale, release, right foot goes down, bring it back to Utkatasana. Pause in Utkatasana, inhale. Hands find prayer and exhale. Shift weighting towards right foot, peeling left heel. Rising all the way to balance. Holding here for 1 breath in. Releasing, stepping back, Utkatasana, arms go high. Holding, inhale. Uttanasana, forward fold as you exhale. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in. Hands go down towards the ground space. Step it back, downward facing dogs. Hold in downward facing. Swoop your right leg all the way high towards the ceiling. Inhale. Knee towards your nose as you exhale. Right leg goes all the way back high to the ceiling on the inhalation. As you exhale, plant your right foot outside of your right hand. Send your left knee all the way down towards the ground space. Right toes can slightly turn outwards. Right hand presses towards inner thigh. And as you use your hand, use the pressure of that space to expand through right hip. Begin to open in towards your right shoulder. You're only here to breathe for 1 inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to release the right hand down towards the ground. You're going to begin to tuck through your left toe. Hover your left knee an inch. Keeping weight into right foot and left hand, you're going to pick up the right hand, circle it all the way towards your left fingers, opening in towards the chest, following with the gaze, inhale. And then releasing that all the way back down, softness through hips as you exhale. Once more here, just a nice big circle, breathe in. And as you exhale, circling that all the way back down. Right hand connects with the floor, step it back, downward facing dogs. Holding in downward facing, inhale. Anchoring through the heels as you exhale. We're rolling through the spine, find a high plank. This time lower down through pelvis, lift through heart space, expand your chest. Breathe it all the way back, Adho Mukha, downward facing. Left leg goes into the ceiling, inhale. Knee travels towards nose, go nice and slow as you exhale. Breathing it all the way back to the ceiling on the inhalation. And planting the left foot outside of the left hand as you exhale. Toes might go off your mat, so whatever it is you're using, send the right knee low. Left hand presses towards inner seam of thigh. So here I press in towards my right hand. I lift up through my right side lung. I draw the knee away from myself and my gaze follows over shoulder. Breathe into hips, inhale. Releasing on exhale, tuck through the right toe, find lizard. Lifting through crown. 2 arm circles, the left hand picks up. Super all the way down, creating a massive circle, expand through your chest, use that. Exhale to release, go soft in towards your hips. Once more, opening through chest, inhale. Releasing down as we exhale, left hand connects. Step it back, downward facing dogs. Pausing in downward facing, 1 deep breath in. 1 deep breath out. Right leg goes high to ceiling, inhale. Knee travels towards the nose, we give it a great big kiss as we exhale. Right foot plants in between your hands. Rise up in towards your high lunge. Take that moment of stability. Arms reaching to the ceiling. Breathing in through nose for 1. Exhale, bend in towards your left knee. Draw your hands in towards your hearts. Wrapping through shoulders, take an inhale. Maybe feeling a subtle tuck of pubic bone. Engagement in towards the left glute. You have a deep breath in. As we exhale, we shift the weight in towards the right foot. Maybe the toes stay down. You could place your hands to earth or bricks. Or your left leg begins to fly, Virabhadrasana, Sea Warrior 3. Right knee can stay soft, or right leg might begin to lengthen. Hold, create your balance. Wobbles are good, you're human. You'd fall over a lot more if you never wobbled. Inhale. Left foot, left hand goes down, exhale. Right arm peels to the ceiling, simple twist. Inhale through nose. As you exhale, release your right hand down towards earth. Step it back, Adho Mukha, downward facing. Hold Adho Mukha, inhale. Maintain as you exhale. Left leg goes high to the ceiling, breathe in. Knee towards the nose, give that left knee a great big kiss. Look back towards it, press through palms, protraction. Left leg goes all the way high. I think we've added an extra swoop here, but we keep it moving. Left foot steps in between the hands. Rise all the way up, high crescent lunge, inhale. Creating your stability, bring your hands in towards your heart, soften in towards your right knee. Feel that little tuck. Maybe place the hands towards the hips. Get that tactile connection, engagement in towards the glutes. Press through palms. Notice what you notice, feel what you feel. If there's soreness, if there's tension, tune into the parts of you that feel nice and neutral, nice and soft. We begin to shift. Play with the balance. Keep the knee bent or lengthen it. Fly the right leg, vertebra dressing to see warrior 3. How are you breathing? How are you connecting? What physicality, what sensations do you have? One more breath in. Stepping it back, landing right hand. Left arm goes high, simple twist, inhale. Framing left foot as you exhale. Step it back, downward dog. Pausing in downward facing, we take one breath in. And we're going to take a rise towards the tiptoes and lower the knees all the way down towards the ground. Release the bum towards the heels of the feet, take a child's pose. So as you find yourself in child's pose, where in the body can you allow yourself to tune in towards the neutral sensation? So even though we're moving nice and steady, nice and slow, it definitely still has a sense of heat in the body. Sometimes when we're just rushing things and, like I said, chasing the postures, it's very throwaway. We tend to maybe be less aware of what it is that we felt during our practices. So maybe actually you are tuning into my breath is rushing here, my breath is struggling a little bit more here. Or this feels fantastic, this is the place I want to be in, I want more of that. Keeping the awareness to whatever it is. Muscular elements, soft elements. We reach the fingers a little further out in front of ourselves. Press down in towards your fingertips. With the bum drawing back towards the heels, you're going to draw the chin towards the chest. Take a little pulsation in the chest upwards as you inhale. Look forwards out in front of you and ripple the chest and bum back down towards Balasana as you exhale. Just once more here. Little ripple upwards, contraction. And exhale, we ripple and press the bum back. Now we're going to connect with the hands, pressing back down towards the floor. Either take a high plank or knees can stay low. Inhale, prepare. Chaturanga Dandasana or knees go down as we exhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana or Bhujangasana, breathe in. Exhale, arrive. Adho Mukha, hips go high. Now from this space, we're going to need our bricks. We're going to take a rise towards tiptoes, look forwards and land our feet towards the top of the mat. If you don't have bricks, don't stress. You do this totally propless, it's the exact same movement. Step yourselves towards the right outer edge of your mat and place your brick, if you're using one, to the center and connect your left little toe side of your foot towards the outer edge of the brick fully. So my left foot is touching my feet are hip width distance apart. Bend through your knees, bring yourselves all the way up towards Utkatasana. As you find your chair, bring the hands in towards prayer. Keep the feet hip width distance if through the hearts. Holding this for one breath, inhale. Maintaining as you exhale. Now keeping the bend in the left knee, hug the right leg up in towards the chest. Cross the right leg over the left leg, plant the toes to the brick. Send the bum down and back a little bit. So with the toes resting onto the brick, we can allow ourselves to really connect in towards the hips, magnetize through the inner thighs, and maybe find softness through neck. You can pause, or right arm is going to go underneath the left arm once or maybe twice. If you're here, reach forward through forearms, reach up with fingers. Holding for 2. For 1. Change nothing with the legs. Release the arms wide, then high, inhale. Draw your hands in towards prayer as you exhale. You're going to begin to stand and shift your right foot onto the brick, hugging the left leg in towards the chest, create your balance. Hands can stay in prayer, or arms go all the way high. Notice what you feel. You're still just balancing on one leg. Has the brick psyched you out a little bit? Does something feel different? In through the nose for 1. Left foot goes down to the earth outside of the brick as you exhale. Standing on the left foot, hug the right leg up in towards the chest. Left hand touches the right shin, knee stays bent. Right arm goes high, inhale. Begin to twist, either keeping your gaze forwards or rotating your gaze over, maybe turning your little fingers to the sky. Keep the brick where it is if you have it. Holding in the twist, inhale. Micro adjustments, more expansion through 6 directions. Holding for 1 more. And then releasing your arms, go high, right leg stays drawing in towards the chest. Step the right foot towards the back of the mat. Bending in towards the left knee, we open out into Virabhadrasana B, Warrior 2. So as you bend in towards the left leg, send your arms wide. Brick is pretty much where it is, maybe you need to adjust it slightly. Slightly turning your hips towards the top right corner of your mat, anchoring in towards the outer edge of the left foot, pressing the right little toe side of the foot away from you. Expanding through your chest, look down your left middle fingers. Holding here for 2 breaths, inhale. Holding here for 1. And then from this space, you're going to turn your left hand, place your left hand at the base of the skull. Right hand slides down your right leg, lift up, as if you're doing Viparita Virabhadrasana, reversing Warrior 2, but looking towards the elbow. Then we're then going to lengthen the left leg. Lifting through left elbow point, inhale. Release and take a halfway reach. Right hand maybe slides towards the hip or goes behind your back. Hands still behind the head. We're going to pulsate this. We're going to lift up, expanding towards the left side lung, inhale. Releasing in towards that halfway space as we exhale. For 2, toning in towards the left side, bring it all the way up on inhale. Releasing to the halfway space as we exhale. Once more, pressing down, all the way back up on inhale. We're going to bend back in towards the left knee, bring the left forearm to the thigh. Right arm goes high, extended side angle to pause here. Press into forearm, lift through left side rib. Expand and extend your gaze. Or maybe left hand goes down on the inside of the foot, hand places to the brick if you've had it, or to the floor. Lifting up, turn the palm to the front of your space. Carry the arm alongside the ear, look underneath. Using that left arm perhaps to press in towards the left inner thigh. Rotate through chest. Let's go soft with our breath for 2, inhale. Inhaling for 1. Right hand goes down towards the ground, the gaze follows. Move your brick. Take it away from the mat space for a moment. Right hand connects, we take the circles, heel to left foot wider. Left fingertip circle all the way over to the right, expand through your chest, inhale. Let's go through this for 2, big circle, go low. All the way up and back as we breathe in. Exhale to release. Let's make that once more, big circle. All the way up to expand, inhaling. Exhale, this time framing that left foot, so heel toe it in. Press through palms, send your right knee down towards the ground. We're going to lift the arms wide and high to the ceiling. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Kali Mudra or prayer, go up with fingers. Shoulders maybe towards your ears, breathe in through nose. Send your hips a little further forwards. Keep pressing down through left toes, left heel. Can you relax the head? Can you relax the neck? 1 more breath. Releasing left foot to frame. Step it back, find a high plank, inhale. Take it down, Chaturangas, exhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, inhale. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, exhale. Holding for 4. Maybe you close your eyes. We take a rise to tiptoes. Send the knees down. Back in tabletop. Releasing the bum towards the heels. You're just going to walk your hands over towards the right hand side in child's pose. Left hand reaches towards or on top of right hand. Pressing and wrapping back through left side of hip. Asymmetric Balasana, child's pose. Notice how movement feels for you today. Don't judge it. Just keep arriving, keep showing up. The sensation that you have here might be totally different after you've moved through the second side. Might feel totally different by the next 24 hours or the next 2 hours after your practice. We walk our hands back. We meet back in Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. We take a breath. You could float. I'm going to step. Bring your feet all the way towards the top of the mat, towards the outer edge. So the brick, again, if you were using it, places towards the right little toe side of the foot, and it's at the center so we can stay on the mat. We bend through the knees, Utkatasana, feet are hip-width distance apart. Bring it all the way up. Find stability, find rooting, find anchoring through hips and pelvis. Inhale. Bring your hands towards prayer as you exhale. Let yourself sit. Knee stays bent, draw the left leg up. Left leg crosses over the top, toes plant to the brick. Magnetize through inner thigh, sit your bum down. Left hip wraps back. Right hip draws up towards the right earlobe. Squeeze into the space, inhaling. Maybe you stay, maybe left arm goes underneath the right. Single double bind, right forearm, left forearm, right forwards. Fingertips go up. You can hear that whispering in my breath. That's Ujjayi, ocean sound. If you're not talking throughout your whole practice, hopefully yours is a little bit quieter than mine. Re-release. Arms go wide, legs stay. Inhale. Hands draw towards prayer as we exhale. Stand on the left foot. Maybe you look down to feel your brick. Go slow. Let the body figure out what you're asking it to do. Draw the right leg in. Okay, so we're here. Once you're here, could you lift up the right leg? Hands maybe go to the sky. Engagement through the left glute. Frontal left hip point is opening. Stack tall, be your height. Just standing, just balancing. Inhale. You have one. Exhale, right foot goes down. Stand on the right foot, draw the left leg in towards the chest. Notice the shift of weights. Right hand towards left shin. Go up first. So inhale, extend. Exhale, expand. Wrapping through right side of rib cage, turning palm to sky. Maybe gaze follows. Again, I'm in a white space. Very hard to balance in a white space, especially with the brightness. But if you have something to keep a focal point on, keep a focal point. Find your spot. We hold for one inhale. We bring it back. Left foot steps towards the back of the mat. Virabhadrasana B, warrior two. So rather than trying to expand all of our body, turn your pelvis a little bit more towards your top left diagonal of mat. Chest can then wrap and expand. Gaze down the right middle finger. Turn your little toes of the left foot slightly up towards the outer edge of the mat space as well. Bend towards the right knee. So we have external rotation through the right, internal rotation through the left. Here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Here for 1. Your right hand turns, places behind the back of the skull. Maybe left hand travels behind your back. To top of thigh, we lengthen through the leg. Inhale. Here we expand. We exhale, go halfway. And you can rotate the gaze over your left shoulder as you do that. We're here for 3 more. Up as we inhale. Letting the head roll in the hand. Exhale, halfway. For 2, pressing down through feet, rotating to up. Exhale to halfway. Once more, up as we inhale. This becomes a bend through the right knee, your right forearm goes down. You don't want your weight to be here. Pressing to the forearm, lift up. Hold the outer side of your body. Connect with the obliques, expand and lift. Inhale, go high. Pause, or hand goes down. Arm goes up. Gaze travels along. Press. So I use my arm to press into the leg. Externally rotate a little bit more through right hip. Not dropping in towards the left. I could be here, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to feel power and strength through 2 legs. 2 breaths. Inhale. For 1. Release whatever you have going on. Left hand goes down. Move your prop towards one side. Circles. Moving the right hand towards left. Fingertips open through the chest. Inhale. Releasing to swoop all the way down as we exhale. For 2, up on inhale. Down on exhale. Here for one, inhaling. Exhale this time, reframe right foot, heel toe it in. Left knee goes down. Anjanasanas, Kali Mudra is when you interlace all your fingers except your first finger and your thumb. So adding a little bit more strength, adding up more power. Kali herself, incredibly strong. We can talk more about that another time. Press into the right toes, press into right heel, inhale. So you're feeling like something is bringing you up. Maybe isolating your heart space, subtly lifting through the front of the ribs, drawing them forwards, showing your sternum to the sky, inhale. If this is small, if you feel like you've moved a millimeter, then you are still doing this. In through the nose for one. Exhale to frame your right foot. Step it back to high plank, inhale. Chaturangas, exhale. Upward facing to breathe in. Knees down. Child's pose. In your child's pose, heavy heads. We're going to go straight away this side. Walk your hands over towards the left. Right hand maybe goes next to the left hand or on top of. We breathe. Right hip wraps back. Two more. And then walking your hands back. So bring it back in towards your tabletop position. Crown of the head going forwards. Tucking your toes, lift your hips all the way high to the sky, downward facing. Pausing in downward facing dog. From here, draw your right leg all the way high to the ceiling as we inhale. Plant your right foot outside of your right hand as we exhale. Lower left knee down towards the ground. We went here this morning, earlier. We're revisiting. Either you're going to turn your right toes outwards, place your right hand towards your leg, or maybe your left forearm wants to join towards the ground. Allow your hand to press that leg away from you. Go heavy into the hip. Draw the right shoulder again away from the right knee, spiral gaze. Maybe just say you want to bend the leg in. You could hold your left foot, press the foot in towards the hand, open through the chest, get it a little bit more through heart space, Anahatas. Or if you like the quad stretch, squeezing your heel in towards your bum, lower down through right shoulder. Heavy with head. We have 4 breaths. I always like this variation. Anyone runs or cycles or just moves their body in any way really, or even sits down at a desk. This is nice for you just to open into hips or equally open into hearts. Maybe moving through those 2 spaces, pulsating perhaps, feels really good as well. We're going to take this one more inhale. Now after the exhale, we're going to return to the palms and plant the right sole of the foot back down. Fingertips connect. So here, we're going to start to lift through our gaze point. Inhale. We're going to turn to Prasarita, wide leg forward fold. So move to the long edge of your mat. Turn your toes in, lift through your heart to the halfway point, breathe in. Your right hand is going to pass towards your left ankle. Or outer side left thigh. Your left arm is going to lift up as we inhale. As you exhale, you're going to pass your left hand towards the outer side of the right leg. Draw your right arm up to the ceiling, breathe in. And just allow yourself, almost as if you're threading or plaiting the body, to really experience what this is. Where can you add more? Where perhaps can you feel weight in the downward space? Where can you feel lift in the elevation? And just keep that organically moving. Maybe each time finding a little bit more space. Don't worry if the hips roll. No one's checking. We're just doing what feels good. This time, right hand is going to go to outer side of left leg. You're going to reach up. We're going to be in the rotation. Bring your body halfway parallel from the mat on your thighs. Left hand maybe goes behind your back. Placing left hand towards right inner leg, wrap through chest. Feeling breath, rotating maybe gaze through the shoulder up to the ceiling. Inhale. Here for 2. Releasing heavy head can take you there. Turning to frame the right foot on the top of the mat. Now from here, you're going to stand on the right foot, look forwards. Draw your left leg behind your right calf. I'm tucking the left toe. I'm sending the left knee down towards the ground. I'm sitting my weight in towards my left heel. So already you've got a half toe stretch, you've got a bind, there's a lot going on, you might stay. Arms could go up towards the ceiling as we breathe, pause. Or you could cross your left arm outside of your right leg. Pressing into this space, your fist might planting towards your left palm, and you use that almost as if you're pushing down into the palm to rotate the gaze and look over your right shoulder. This could also be a bind, right hand behind your back. 2 breaths in. And we release. Fingertips go down. Shift weight forwards in towards your right foot. Step your left knee wider, toe is still tucked. Release the right foot back. Toe is tucked on the right foot. Shift your bum towards your heels. Now here, your weight of the bum is going in towards the heels of the feet. The arms going high as we inhale. Toe stretches a lot. Arms to ceiling. Hands towards prayer and Jali Mudra heart space. Now can you focus as you close the eyes, not on the feet. Whatever sensation they have, it's sensation. Could you search your bodies and locate the part of your body that feels neutral? Could you be captivated by the breath? Knowing that not everything is just one thing. You could have different experiences, anchored perhaps in stretching, anchored in efforts, but also there could be a total different polarity anchored in softness, expansive and ease. You only have a breath more here, don't worry, take an inhale. We're going to release the hands down as we exhale, just untucking the toes, maybe just tapping the feet, easing it out. From this space, we're going to lift our hips, bring it back towards downward facing dogs. And we are stepping our left foot outside of our left hand. Right knee goes down towards the floor space. Heel toe that left foot a little wider, maybe toes turn out, you rock towards the digital toe side. Left hand is on the thigh, give yourself that space. Really press into the palms, use what you have. So the earth is there, it's solid, press into it, expand your chest. Rotate your gaze, you can stay. Or all of the options we explored last time, maybe right forearm, maybe bending through your knee, catching the bind. You could be high. You could rock forwards as I do, off the knee. I just prefer that frontal space through my hip. But see what shows up for you on this day. Notice what your body is feeling. Maybe adding that quad stretch if that felt right for you. Moving, pulsating through 2 spaces if you prefer. We release. Tucking through right toes, fingertips go down. We're moving back into Prasarita wide leg forward fold, opposite long edge of your mat this time. So I'm turning myself towards the back of the space away from you. Toes down, lifting through heart. Inhale. Once more, we just take that plaiting. So left hand towards right leg somewhere. Right hand goes high. Now peel your chest, look up, experience. Then release. Right hand goes back, reaching for left. Can you thread? Can you expand? Can you open in all points? Just once more each side this time. Over towards one. Lifting to expand. Over to the other. Maybe the head can lead. There's a sense of weight. And then left hand over towards right. This is where you pause. This could be calf, this could be thigh, this could be ankle, doesn't matter. Right arm goes up. Pull yourself halfway up. Hand maybe behind your back, it could touch thigh. If it touches thigh, you could press the thigh back. Wrap through the chest, open through the gaze. Tip your weight a little further forwards. Keep your breath, inhale. Turn your thighs. And we release, bring that all the way back to frame your left foot. Bending in towards the left knee, look forwards. Crossing right leg behind your left leg. Right knee goes down, toe is tucked. Maybe the foot is a little bit more used to it now that we've had that toe stretch in between sets. Cross the legs. It's enough, you stay. Arms go high. Pause. Or I really get in there, holding the leg to get the hook of the arm close to the armpit space, maybe the fist. Pressing into foot, pressing into hand, pressing into fist. Pausing, maybe rotating through gaze, head and neck. Maybe taking the bind. Honestly, I feel a little bit more if I stay here. I can really work with the effort. I can really work with the strength of the arms, open through chest. One more. And we release. This time we're going to bring ourselves all the way up, standing towards our 2 feet at the top of the mat. Taking softness through the knees and just allowing ourselves to hang heavy. If you have blankets or anything close by, pillows, it's really nice to just place them on top of your thighs, underneath your stomach, fold over. Even if the legs can be fully long, bend them. Let's expand in towards the back of the spines a little bit here, into that lumbar part. Holding forearms, maybe holding wrists, maybe interlacing the hands at the back of the skull, just letting the spine go heavy. And let's find stillness. 2 deep breaths in. Fingertips go down. Lift your hearts halfway, inhale. Planting hands to the ground as we exhale, step it back to downward facing. Arriving in towards downward facing dog, so we're going to take a rise towards our tiptoes, look forwards, breathe in. Land your seat all the way down towards the ground, stepping, floating, whichever you choose. We're going to take Baddha Konasana. So 2 soles of the feet are going to draw close together. However, we're not going to bring the heels super close towards the pubic bone. We can take a long diamond shape. You could be feet hip width distance here. You could use your bricks. You could bring pillows into this, bolsters into this. Hands towards your shins. Let's take a little moment to lift your chest. Imagine this is cat-cow. Expand as you inhale. And as you exhale, press down around your spine. Look towards navel. For 2, opening through hearts, inhale. Exhale, rounding through spine. This time you go all the way up, breathe in. And as you exhale, you're folding. So you could place the brick maybe in between your feet. Forehead goes down. This could be accessible to you. Or perhaps you're just allowing yourself to fold into the diamond shape. Let the head rest where the head rests. Palms could be down. Palms of the hands could face to the sky. It's your choice. 7 heavy breaths. So we're just bringing ourselves down. A very balanced practice, a very steady practice. But even so, we still need to feel all of the spaces, all of the returning. Before we know that we have fully shifted our texture, maybe our mindset, maybe things feel different in our bodies to where we began, whether that is emotional, whether that is physical, or something that has been lingering in the thought process. And softness for 2 more breaths. And then slowly, slowly we release. Bring our hands back. And we will gather the outer side of the legs, bring the soles of the feet down towards the ground, and maybe just bring your bum a little bit closer. If you wanted any layers, this is your moment to grab them. Either you're reaching forwards with fingertips or you're rolling towards one side. And taking yourselves all the way down towards your backs. And just bring the soles of the feet towards the ground for a moment. So from here, we're going to cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. And all this should feel super nice, super juicy, nice and stretchy. Right hand towards the right inner seam of the leg for a moment. Press the knee forwards towards the front of your space. So expanding towards the front right side of your body, psoas space. Take an inhale. Either you could stay here. We're going to pick up the left leg, interlace the hands behind the back of the hamstring. Drawing the leg in towards the chest. Now you can pause. If you're curious for something a little bit further, hold the right foot with the left hand and place the left sole of the foot back down. Lift your head away from the ground. So you're making almost like a little crunch. Hook your right ankle in the soft, fleshy inner seam of your left elbow. So you're creating this space. Your head is going to stay up away from the ground. Right hand goes behind the back of the head. Right hand holds left hand like you're doing a handshake. Now here, left leg could go long. It doesn't really need to. You want to start to feel the weight of your skull resting in towards your arms if you've come with me. And just allowing that to open into a hip. Left leg could be long. Closing eyes and just breathing in towards our hips, wherever it is that we are. Supine pigeon variations. You can give yourself little assists, little shifts of movements. If you've come with this, you've come with me, then maybe you're starting to feel the head is not over towards the right-hand side and the body and the knee is also towards the right-hand side, but trying to lay your spine down. Imagining the back of the skull could rest fully, maybe the arm could touch the ground. Don't worry if it doesn't. Mine isn't. We breathe for one. Last little bit of release, yielding into arms, yielding into spine. We will bring ourselves out. Everyone bend left leg, plant right solid foot back down towards the ground. Just take a moment, let's open the arms into a T position. Drop both of your knees over towards the right hand side with weight, with ease. And drawing your legs back through center, we drop both of our knees over towards the left. And we bring that back through center. Cross your left ankle on top of your right thigh. Place your left hand. So we go sequentially. We need to ask ourselves, we need to figure out how we're feeling in each place rather than just being like, okay, cool, let's go, next side. So pressing towards the leg. Does it feel the same? Does it feel entirely different? And how can we use that? Pausing here if you paused here last time. If you explored something different, we go there this time. Hooking right arm into left ankle. Left arm behind the back of the skull. Hands interlace and clasp. And you want to be heavy with head. So as you're relaxing, you're weighing yourself down. Rather than being here super tense, how can you just go, be heavy, add movements. So I think one of the things, I love the dynamic practice. I love all of those sorts of things that really just take you there. You get the flights and it feels incredibly exhilarating. But there is a lot to be said about slowing down and listening. And that's what the practice can really show us. It can give us this time for introspection. And that is so valuable. Because once we've figured that out and how we need to treat ourselves, how we need to honor ourselves in any given day, any given moment, we tend to pay the same respect or the same gratitude or patience with people around us as well. Yield, feel your softness, inhale. And release as you exhale. Right sole of the foot comes down first. Lift your head if you're with me. Place the sole of the foot back down towards the ground. Open your arms once more. Drop your knees over towards the left-hand side. And bring the legs back through center. Drop your knees over towards the right. Then anchoring soles of the feet back down towards the ground. Heel toe the feet outwards, so they're about mat width distance apart, and we're just going to rest the inner thighs towards one another here. Finding constructive rest. So this is an amazing place to be. It's where your psoas, which connects from underneath your rib cage all the way down through the front to outer edges of your stomachs, in towards hip flexors, in towards thighs, can be very much at ease, very much at rest. Maybe you place your hands towards your stomach, one to your heart space. You acknowledge your breath. And we're going to take the next 4 breaths here, inhaling through the nose for 4. Exhaling through the nose for 4. And you could either stay with this in for 4, out for 4. If you want to come with me, we're going to explore Samavriti box breathing. Inhaling from the nose for 4. Holding the breath for 4. Exhaling the breath for 4. And holding the breath at the bottom for 4. And we are just going to take it twice. So together, inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold on empty, come back up for 4. Repeat twice in your own timing. Inhale. And then together, deep breath in. Let it out. We release either kind to a seated meditation or relax and open yourselves out in towards a final shavasana that feels right for you in this moment. And just let yourself drift into settling, drift into softness. And by all means, stay here as long as you need to stay here and have the time to stay here. Your timing matches mine. Without feeling like you really need to shift, move, or change anything at all. Start to notice the sensations you now hold in your body. What feels different? And see if you could think of Shavasana not so much being the end point, or that, oh my God, I've made it here, yes. But thinking about this as the start. That this version of yourself, this new texture of yourself, is the one that you will carry with you into your nights or through the rest of your days. Let's start to expand our breath. Inhale. Release what you don't need through mouths, pursed lips as you exhale. Being soft and true to your body. Start to wiggle fingers. Maybe roll head, move toes from side to side. This could be full body stretches, or perhaps you're cool to roll towards one side of the body as you inhale. But any which way, how you go there, we start to gather ourselves. And eventually we bring ourselves all the way back up to meet in a comfortable seat at the top of our mats. And either you're bringing your hands towards prayer and Jali Mudra at the heart space, or you're placing your hands somewhere on the body if that feels more appropriate, that you want to connect with. We allow ourselves to seal our practice, giving ourselves the biggest thank you for arriving to the space, being present with the space. If it feels right for you and the hands are in prayer, draw the thumbs towards your Ajna chakra, space between your eyebrows. Keep practicing, and all is coming. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you had amazing practice, and I shall see you for so many more. Thank you.